Hi there, Patreons, and thank you for joining me, and thank you for being a Patreon. This is the video for May. I went on holiday and I just did not get a chance to do the May video. So thank you so much for your patience, and yeah, I'm hoping to get the June one done in a few days, and I'm going to put that up early as a sorry, because I'm sorry. So this is something that Rita's been doing, Rita Jensen, and it's the writing boards. If you've not seen them, she's done them a couple of times now. I did do some writing boards one time, some Edith Holden ones. And yeah, when I made them, I thought you should be making these with every single journal, because, you know, even the most littlest bit of lace or whatever makes it bumpy. So I'm going to try and make them with each journal. Just need to get into the habit. So I've got a couple of... I've already filmed the first Sage and Willow. I will give you a little peek. So these videos are coming up, and it's a file folder, but it's got 2 signatures and oh dear, inner, you know. And yeah, I'm absolutely in love with it, and it's got the William Morris fabric. So I have done the first project in the Sage and Willow series, but I'm definitely wanting to do at least 2 more things. So I thought I'll make a couple of writing boards up, and I've kind of added on to what Rita's done, and you'll see as we go along. So what I've started with is an envelope, and let me tell you the size. It is 7 1/4 by 5 1/4. So that's 13 centimetres by 18.5 centimetres. And I've got some grey board. I've not bought it specially. It's my cousin gave it me. She used to be in scrapbooking, and I've had it now about 2 years. I've only ever used it a couple of times. When I start making hardback journals, it's going to come in really handy. Rita used cereal boxes, so any, you know, card will do. So what I did is cut it to size. I don't know if I could have done with 2 pieces in. It's not the thickest. I don't know, 2 mil, 2 or 3 mil. So it's not, you know, the thickest. I think when I do it again, I will. Now I've sealed that one. Otherwise, I would have tried to see what 2 was like. But maybe 2 wouldn't fit in. So I've cut it so it's like the exact size, so you've got no lip between the card and the end. And all I'm going to do is give it a lick and press it down. Don't need to glue it, because, you know, we're going to put paper over the top. So there we are. I'm going to ink around, and I'm using the walnut stain because it's just that bit darker, and it shows up on the craft card a lot better. So let's go all the way. I don't think you're going to see the sides. You're probably going to see, you might see the top a little bit. Oh, I'll just do it anyway. Just an excuse to to ink. So I hope everybody's doing okay. I'm really good. Life's been pretty nice since going on holiday. It was, you know, just what I needed, and yeah, I had lots of rest and quiet time, and, you know, alone time. And yeah, it's kind of reset me. And then I came back and, you know, because I've now given up work, you know, my outside job, I'm just gonna, these are the two papers that I've chosen. They're both from Nanine's Sage and Willow. I think this is going to be from the William Morris Sage and Willow, and I think this is from the normal Sage and Willow. So yeah, because, you know, I'd packed in work, I thought, you know, I need to kind of have a new schedule, you know, now YouTube, Patreon, Etsy, you know, is my full-time, I don't want to call it a job, my full-time, I don't know what word I could use. It's my full-time. It's what I do full-time. I'm just going to mark it there. I've brought the camera quite close so we're cozy, but I don't want you not to not to see. So yeah, I thought I'd best just get in a better routine. And you know, with being off initially with you know, the lockdown, COVID kind of thing, and then my mum being poorly and passing away, I'd got into, you know, obviously I was filming every day and putting things on Etsy, and but I wasn't getting dressed. I was forgetting to eat. I was forgetting to take my tablets. Spending far too long at the desk. So I thought, well, I've packed up work now. You know, I need to have a proper routine. So just measuring that up against there, and just gonna mark that. So I set myself like a daily schedule, what included, you know, taking my tablets, eating, sleeping, what time to be at the desk, what time to leave the desk. And I have to do that with myself. If I'm not specific, and then think, well, or, you know, it just doesn't work for me. I have to be pretty strict until I get used to the new routine. But it takes me a long time to remember things. So I set myself all alarms, you know, from getting up in the morning to going to bed. So that's resulted in, you know, me taking my medicine on time, me getting to bed on time, getting up on time, eating 3 times a day. I mean, I eat a banana for breakfast. Right, we'll continue conversation when we've done this. So I've folded these round, so this is, you know, the picture that I want to go onto the front. So all I did was got my envelope, you know, put it against it, and then just folded them round like so. Okay, let's just give that a bit more ink. So I'm going to start by gluing the front bit on. So I'm just going to cover the envelope. So yeah, just putting those basic things in. I have a protein shake at lunch. So I use protein powder, I put seeds in it, and I put fruit in it, and almond milk. And then I have a proper tea, and you may have heard me say a few months ago I had started with HelloFresh. It is rather expensive, but it's got me cooking, and it was kind of getting to the point where I can trim that off after. You know, I was cooking shepherd's pie, lasagna, chili, you know, I'd got about 5 things what I know everybody likes. You know, everybody eats it. And I think we all get this as a mum or a wife or, you know, partner. You know, we sometimes have done these lovely dinners and things, and everybody's been like, oh, I don't like it, they don't eat it. And, you know, years of that, you just get fed up with it. So you kind of stick with that. Say, I'm just pushing this to get a nice crisp edge. Lovely. And do the same with this. I think I'll bone folder it first, actually. So yeah, and because my memory is pretty bad, I find reading things and then taking that information and making sense of it. So I'd brought myself some recipe books and things, just wasn't working for me. Anything with more than, you know, 4 steps, I'm lost. So I thought I'll try Just Eat, and it's working out brilliant for me. So I'll just have 3 dinners a week from them. Okay. So I'm going to get my roller and just give it a good old rolling. Super. I think in a minute I'm going to just go down those edges and just poke some art glitter down so it's like totally inside it. So yeah, there was no need to ink it. Don't bother inking. Waste of time. Waste of time, waste of ink. So yeah, we eating healthier. Most of the things have got spinach in them and things like that. So yeah, just doing those basic things, and you know, I've kind of given myself a working day hours and a lunch break and things, and it's really working for me. And I'm probably, you know, doing exactly the same amount of, well, I'm definitely doing the same amount of videos. I'm putting, you know, the same amount of things in the shop and all the rest of it. So, yeah, I think I'm working smarter. My mind doesn't seem to wander and start, you know, looking at websites and things. So that's given me a little bit more time. So I have been spending some time with Ryan, which I hadn't been doing for a few years, to be honest, because you know, I've been putting all my time and energy into making Tatty Treasures a success, and you know, I always wanted to be at the point where I could pack up work, you know, with having my illness, and I really didn't, you know, my choice. I didn't want to go on disability. I think I'm a bit in denial still. So, you know, I wanted to be able to earn a living and have some use, because, you know, you think, you know, same as when you retire or same as when your children leave home, it's just that, well, who am I? Who am I now? You know, if that thing now doesn't define you and doesn't define your day, it's, yeah, you have a bit of time where you're like, what do I do? So yeah, I've put, you know, a lot of time and energy, and obviously it was a lot harder when I was doing, you know, more hours. So yeah, we've been spending some time together, kind of reconnecting, which is nice because I've distanced myself anyway. You know, after my mum passed away, I found, well, I distanced myself from everybody, I suppose, emotionally. So, and it's given me time. I've been doing some yoga. So I've worked up now and I'm doing a 30-minute a day yoga. I'm taking Colin out for a half-an-hour walk every day, and I'm doing some meditation. So yeah, I'm in a really, really happy place at the moment. It is coming up to the year anniversary of my mum, so I'm thinking, you know, I'm in a good place mentally for it. Have I done that one? Did I do both of them? Yeah, so that's kind of sealed it a little bit. So that's the actual writing board. I know that Rita did do some corners out of paper. I didn't see how she did it, and I don't really know how to do it, so I'm not doing that. Obviously, I don't want to stick anything onto here. I don't want to sew around it because we don't want anything bumpy because this is for writing on. So we've got that. And then it's like, well, how does somebody know if you found this in your journal, if you bought a journal from me and this was in there, be like, so what is it? And so I've made some things with my with these things, and like I say, I don't want to stick it onto here because I don't want it to be bumpy. I don't want to stick it at the back because that's just weird, and I think then somebody would think, oh, that's the front. So I thought, well, if it went into a pocket and then the pocket had this on. So I've got these 2 envelopes, and my idea is kind of, these are in file folders or envelope journals. So this would be my flip out. So this would be the front. I don't really want it as soon as you open something that the writing board's there, but I thought at the back that would be quite nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this back in this paper. Okay. So, and I'm going to glue it down completely because I'm not going to use this envelope as a tuck, you know, top or bottom. So it doesn't matter that I'm going to glue in that piece. So let's get rid of some stuff. Okay, so I'm just gonna stick it down. That's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna go all around the edges. I'm using the Clout glue. I've had a lot of questions about what glue I'm using. I think there must be quite a few new people who are commenting and stuff on YouTube, because yeah, I'm getting all the you know, what glue do you use and stuff, and I'm sure I do always say, okay, so I'm gonna pop. So I want to make sure it's butt up against there. Yeah. cloud doesn't leave that shine when it's dry, like art glitter. And you can, while it's wet, rub it really, really fast, and it does that balling up kind of thing, and then you can get rid of a lot of the gunk. Okay, so that's that. And I'm just gonna cut around it. So yeah, I hope you're all well, and yeah, enjoying the first part of, well, we're not really officially at summer yet, are we? But yeah, I mean, we had a heat wave here last week. It was, I think it was nearly 100, and that's, you know, very, very rare here. But it's cooled right down again. So yeah, it wasn't too bad because it was only a day, and we kind of knew that it was going to happen. The weather was right for a change, and so yeah, I made sure I'd got nothing to do that day, and I stayed in the house till about 3 o'clock, and then sat in the garden with Ryan till about 8:30. So I've been doing quite a bit of sitting in the garden. See, kids looking at his fish pond. As soon as it, I mean, it's getting there. I think in another 2-3 weeks I'll be able to either take some video or some photos of it. But yeah, it's a long project, and it's been a long project. It's one of those things that you start and then you realise how much time it's going to take and how much money it's going to swallow. So it's one of those projects. So that's going to be the back of it. Okay, so the front, I'm not doing the front yet. Just forget that I said that. So that's that one, and I thought that one would go nice with that one, so it's nice and dark. And then I've got this one, so again we'll do it on this side. So let's just chop that side off. So I've gone for a paler one. So we'll go down here. I have created a new kit with Nanine at Collage Type. It will be on sale on the 1st of July. So it's a lot more me. I think Alice probably, maybe people thought, wow, that's very unlike you. But, you know, it's you know, it was for my mum. So I think I did tell you all about that then the last few days. She said about she was going down the rabbit hole, and she was going for tea, and then another day she'd asked me if I'd seen the Mad Hatter, because it'd come to fetch her. So yeah, that's kind of, my mum's always liked Alice in Wonderland, and yeah, Alma once dressed up as Alice, and this tea rooms where I live, and the Alice in Wonderland tea rooms, and yeah, my mum used to like going. So yeah, that was I don't know what you'd call it. Well, I was kind of working through grief and things, so it did help. So yes, it's something botanical. It's colourful. It's not, you know, your greens and browns. It's florally botanical, and it's called Memories of the Meadow. So that's secret, top secret, don't tell anybody. So yeah, 1st of July, we'll be doing lots of videos. I'm going to do a couple of days showing the kit and you know, showing what you can do with it. And then I've got Rita Jensen, Terry Lee from Sweet Pea Papery. Hello Terry and Rita, because they are on Patreon. And the lovely Denise from Junk Journals Junkie UK, and myself and Mandy Chilvers from the group. She doesn't do videos, so she's going, and that one's for that lot, she's going to do some photographs and things. So she lives very near me. We do keep saying about meeting up, but yeah, just trying to get my life back on track. I'm weaning off tablets as well, and I've had a whole jig about with tablets. So yeah, I'm weaning off one and kind of tapering onto another one. Luckily, I think this is day 5. I'm doing really well. But the doctor's been on about it for a while, and I thought, well, mentally and physically at the moment, I'm probably the best that I've been, you know, for the last couple of years. So I felt if, you know, any time was you know, this was probably the right time. So they won't go in that way. Okay, so I've got these and I'm thinking of just putting one on here. So I like that buttercup one, and I like the shepherd's purse, that one. So I shall ink around that. I think I'd finished that conversation. Yeah, I had. So I've booked for me and Eleanor to go to Skegness in August, just for 2 nights. We're going to a hotel which does breakfast and evening meal, just in case I'm not very well, because we're going on the train. I don't drive, I've never drove. So, you know, we've got to catch a bus into the city where I live, you know, into Nottingham, and then a train to Skegness, and then a taxi to the hotel. So it'll be, you know, long and probably a little bit stressful, because, you know, me and Alma's not done it on his own, or I've not done it with anybody. So yeah, I thought if I'm not very well, at least we know that we've got some meals. That is a little bit wonky. Dare I dare. I dare, it looks like. If I'd have felt it started to rip, I would have stopped. Oh, now the pressure to get it straight. Maybe it's the sticker. Oh, now I'm ripping it.